Hey, 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 welcome. Module 5, but it's actually day 4. You're more than halfway through. And today we're talking about developing a consistent action plan. And what this means essentially is habits. How do you master habits? This is where we want to start, right? We want to start with the habits, but we got to learn some other things first. The fact that you made it this far is a big deal though. You see, most people never get past the starting line. Most people are always getting ready to get ready, but they never actually do anything. So the fact that you're still here says a lot about you, and it also says about what God is doing in your life so far. So give yourself a pat on the back. So today, yes, we're talking about consistency. And I know the word can sound heavy, especially if your history is with yo-yo dieting or spending years starting and stopping. But consistency isn't about perfection, it's about progress. So think, are you making progress? That means showing up when it's hard. It's obeying when you don't feel like it. That will take time to develop. Now, I know you've heard me say it before in the other recordings. God's job is the outcome. Your job is obedience, to listen to how He's leading you. You can't control the scale, you can't control your cravings or the speed of your results, but you can't control your effort. One day at a time, one step at a time, one habit at a time, one bite at a time. So, what does it mean to rehearse? Consistency, it means you practice what you've been learning, what you've learned over the last few days, you practice it. You've released, you've revealed, you've released the resistance, you've renewed your mind. Now it's time to walk it out in the habits. This stage isn't about rigid rules. I must do this every day. It's about small rhythms, small little things that line up with the woman who God is creating you to be, with the person who God is creating you to be. It's when you drink water instead of soda. That's rehearsing. It's when you pause and pray before eating something. That is rehearsing. It's when you take a 10-minute walk even when you don't feel like it. That's what rehearsing is all about. Every small act is a seed, and consistency is what's going to help it grow. Again, not about perfection, but each day, what are the small steps you're going to take? Now, let me be honest. This is where most people get impatient. They want those TV results, those Biggest Loser results, but fast doesn't last. You can't microwave a miracle. You can't rush what God is building on the inside of you. That transformation is what takes time. And so just because you don't see change on the outside right away, it doesn't mean that nothing's happening. God's building your roots and making them go down real deep so that you can have fruit in the future. So keep on showing up. Progress, not perfection. That's how you're going to build habits. That's how you're going to build momentum. That's how you're going to get to the place where you're just exercising every day and you don't even think about it. In Weight Loss God's Way, we do things like monthly challenges to help you practice new habits. Again, they're not about helping you perfect anything, but practice, practice, practice. That's the key. Each one of our monthly challenges help you develop your consistency muscle, whether it's praying before you eat, drinking more water, moving your body daily, cutting back on sugar. You're building spiritual and physical disciplines that will last a lifetime. This is also where some of our devotionals, like our Get Active God's Way or Stress Free God's Way, help so much, because in these devotional courses, they help you develop a steady rhythm for your spirit, soul, and your body. So discipline stops feeling like a punishment and it starts feeling like a discipleship, like stewarding the temple that God has given you. And so here's another one of our Weight Loss God's Way truths that we always say. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. Now, what does that mean? It means that you don't have to track everything, but you do have to pay attention. When do you lose your focus? What foods trigger guilt, shame? What foods trigger binge eating? What time of the day are you most likely to give up? You've got to pay attention to all of these. And here's the thing, see it from a perspective of feedback, not failure, right? You're always giving yourself feedback. When you start seeing consistency as compassion and not control, that's when you're going to stop fighting yourself. You'll start teaching your mind and your body that it can actually be trusted to show up for you. So, as we do every time, take a deep breath, pause. That breath right there, that is progress. That's when how you're going to learn to not quickly react. So for today's challenge, what you're going to do is you're going to go back to the habit that you chose on day one. Remember, it was tracking your food or moving your body for 15 minutes or cutting out your sugar. I want you to go back to that habit, and I want you to look at what's going to help you to rehearse it, to practice it better. What did you notice? What have you been noticing about the habit? So as you looked at, say, maybe walking for 15 minutes each day, did you get stopped maybe because it was raining? Did you tell yourself you didn't feel like it? Did you tell yourself that you wanted a day off? Pay attention to what keeps you from mastering the habits. Track it, keep noticing, and tomorrow we're going to wrap up with stage 5, which is remaining in faith and action. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the power of community and why you were never meant to do this on your own. So if you're struggling with any of those habits that you're practicing, we're going to talk about that tomorrow, because we want you to get consistent and develop the discipline that you need to keep on going. So for today, I want you to share some feedback on your habit that you're practicing. How are you doing so far? And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we talk about community. God bless you.